Welcome, 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 everybody. Here we are on the Beverly Hills Shaman, and you're on your Merrie Way Day. We have a very exciting guest here today. He's quite remarkable because David Hunt is his name, and he is very fascinating and inspirational because David does many things in spite of being blind. And he's a lyricist, an author, a successful entrepreneur, an inventor, developer, pioneer, and a carpenter. My goodness, his list is unbelievable here. Husband and a father, which of course warms my heart. So what an example he is for his children. Welcome to the show, David.
Thank you so much. My pleasure to be here.
David has a winery. It's gotten awards and everything, and we want David to tell us more about it and how he's able to farm and make wine without seeing the vineyards, the grapes, or the juice. And can you share with us how that is happening, David?
Well, our winery is called Hunt Cellars. We're in Paso Robles. I do go out in the vineyard, and when it comes close to harvest, and I do taste the grapes. I taste the seeds, and I feel that the tactileness of the clusters of grapes. I like them to have certain elements, certain sackiness, certain dimples. I ask questions about the color of the vines, and then I taste the seeds. I want the seeds to not to have that glycerol effect, but I want them to taste more like a coffee bean or a chocolate bean. I don't make wine by sugar content. I make wine by maturity of the cluster in the vines. And then the wine making is all about the taste and the sensors. Sight issue is not an issue. I can kind of taste color, believe it or not. I just had enough experience that I can kind of taste the color, want the flavor, of course, the flavors in the bouquets. But I'm very blessed to have some of these additional abilities with sensors. But I also think everybody has sensors. Again, most people are just lazy. They never turn them on.
Of course, you had a better reason to turn them on, too. Most people may go through life and not realize that the five senses are really only five senses. They can be used with a sixth sense, and they say there's even a seventh sense. What I say it is a sense of humor. And that gets me through life. Anyway, when the leaves start coming out, you ask them what color it is. Well, how does that differentiate what the wine might end up?
You're cooking spaghetti. If you let that spaghetti simmer for several hours, it has more flavor than if you rush it and just kind of make it real fast and bring it to the table. When a grapevine has gone through the season, pushing hard with vigor to develop the wine clusters, they start to shut down after a certain duration. And the vine is telling us that hey, I've given it everything I can give it. You got to make the wine now. It's time to pick.
I know about that. When I first put a pool in my home, we had a tremendous gardener, and he said, "You know what? Let's plant some vines, some grapevines." And he said they usually last about 20 years or so. And so there were the most delicious little black grapes. And the first year, I didn't realize I had to beat the birds to the grapes. And I hadn't covered them up or anything. But as time went on, almost to the date that he predicted, the little vine stopped giving tremendous grapes. And we said goodbye to it. And I had a little ritual of saying goodbye to it because I'd enjoyed it so many years. And so when you are planting grapes over time, do you have to replenish the soil in some way and also refurbish with new plants, or what?
The vines extract certain emollients and certain nutrients from the soil, and we always replenish that 2 or 3 times a year. We put back into the soil what we take out. And that's important to give the vines everything they need.
You have been able to pour a glass of wine and know where it stops without overflowing. How do you do that, David?
have pitch, and wine has pitch. Wine has weight. When you're pouring it up the glass, you can hear the timbre change, the pitch change as it goes into the glass.
Wow. Now, the only thing I know about glasses and sound, my mother was opera trained, and she could literally hit a note that would almost shatter a glass, and would on occasion.
The problem is, if it doesn't work, you just look like a crazy lady screaming at a glass.
Is this similar, or is this something different?
No, it's something different because you're filling the glass with content. And you can do it at home. You can just listen carefully as water goes into a glass. You can hear the change as it goes from bottom to top.
Mm-hmm. Does the sound get louder as it goes to the top, or softer?
It gets its pitch changes higher.
It's higher. Ah, very good.
Your way. Sun is up, happy, happy, happy day. Love, 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 way.